After understanding why is it important to understand the medieval history, now you may ask me, teacher, what are the sources? How do we verify information about the period? The answer is there are two kind of sources. The first is archaeological. The second is literary. The first source is archaeological. The major sources that we have access to now are temples, palaces, mosques, forts, tombs, coins, inscriptions, utensils, tools, weapons, ornaments, and paintings. Paintings are a very valuable source as they help us to depict the customs, the food habits, the dresses, and the jewelry, whereas the coins help us to understand important political events. One such example is a book titled Dravya Pariksha, which translates to an examination of the coins that was written during the reign of Alauddin Khilji. It lists the coins minted during the reign of the Sultan. The other sources are temples and mosques, which show religious and cultural history. The inscriptions from South Indian kings and gifts to temple were help to understand the culture. Some of the inscriptions were also recorded on copper plates and temple walls, which still remain intact that help us to learn the history of that period. The next source is literary. During this period, paper was already widely available. Hence, there were many written records and many were on paper. These include records from court historians, autobiographies, biographies, and travelogues. The literary sources can be classified into chronicles, autobiographies and biographies, and travelogues. The first kind of literary sources are chronicles, which record the rule of king and their life at the court. Most of the chronicles have the details of the reign of the king. A lot of these have been in Persian and Turkish. The important examples of prominent medieval period chronicles include Rajatarangini by Kalhana, which is about the history of kings of Kashmir. The second is Tariq-i-Firoz Shahi by Ziauddin Barani, which describes the history of sultans of Delhi till the reign of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. The next one is Tariq-e-Farishta by Farishta, which is the record of the history of Delhi sultans from the time of Turks till the 17th century. The next one is Khazanul Futur and Tughlaqnama by Amir Khusro that shows the reigns of the Khiljis and the Tughlaqs. The next category of literary sources are the autobiographies and biographies. Autobiographies are written about oneself. They are the author themselves, while the biographies are written by somebody else. Among the autobiographies, the most important are Futuh Firoz Shahi by Firoz Shahi Tughlaq and Baburnama by Babur and Tuzuk-i Jahangiri by the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. Some of the well-known and important biographies are Prithviraj Raso by Chand Bardai, which includes the life and adventures of the Chauhan ruler Prithviraj Chauhan. Humayun Nama by Gulbadan Begum gives a lot of information about the rule of Mughal Emperor Humayun, while Akbarnama by Abu Fazl describes the events of the reign of Mughal Emperor Akbar. The third category of literary sources are the travelogues. Many foreign travelers visited our country during the medieval period. They recorded the information about the places they visited and the people they met. Some of the well known visitors include Al Beruni, who came from Central Asia, Ibn Batuta, who wrote Rihala, which translates to travels, and Abdur Razzaq, who was sent by the ruler of Persia to the kingdom of Vijayanagara. Apart from the Central Asian and Persian visitors, the country also saw many European travelers such as Marco Polo, Nicolo Conti, Ralph Fitch, Nicola Manucci, all of whom came from Italy except Ralph Fitch, who was from England. Other such examples include Duarte Barbosa and Domenico Paes from Portugal, William Hawkins and Sir Thomas Roe from England. Remember, we said Ralph Fitch was also from England, and Bernier and Tavernier from France. Their writings are a very valuable source to reconstruct that era, which gives us a lot of understanding about how it functioned. As we complete lesson 1, let's do another checkpoint. All throughout the lesson, we spoke about the sources of medieval period. The first question is name the two important sources of understanding medieval history. The second question is what are the examples of archaeological sources? The third question is what are the examples of literary sources? And name some popular chronicles.